Oh, it's a secret door.
What's up everyone, and welcome back to Top 5 Central. Finding cool stuff you never expected is always awesome, but finding a full-on room in your house that you never knew was there is downright insane. So today we're looking at the 5 strangest secret rooms found in people's houses part 2. So yeah, if you want to check out part 1, make sure to stick around until the end of the video. But anyways, if you found a secret room in your house, what would you do? Make sure to like the video and let me know down in the comments, because I'd probably freak out. Anyways, let's get right into it. Number 5. Now, when most people start hearing strange noises in their house at night, they think ghosts. But in this story, the truth is way weirder than that. I mean, students in this house were coming home to find cabinets open and the oven still hot, but no food was ever stolen. They were even hearing like banging and knocking coming from the basement, which made them think something was going on. With that said, when they searched the house to double check, they realized that it wasn't a ghost at all. Truth is, another student was living in the basement of the house, behind a secret door and what they thought was a cupboard. Sounds crazy, I know, but the dude had everything from textbooks to framed photographs and had been living there for the whole school year. To be fair though, the dude was okay with leaving when the others kicked him out, and only showed up once to collect his stuff. I guess people will do anything to go to college, even if it means saving money on rent or hiding in a basement. Who knew?
When Mark and his roommates moved into their new place off campus, it seemed just like any other college house that needed a bit more work.
There was mold in our air conditioners, the walls and the floors were all dirty.
But after a month of living in the house off East 13th, the guy started to get the feeling that something more was wrong.
We had been telling everybody the story about the ghost in our house, coming and opening all our cupboards and the oven and the microwave and all this stuff.
They started getting even more suspicious, so Mark and his 8 housemates searched the house. Down 2 flights of stairs in their basement, they found a door. They tried opening it, but it was locked.
Behind the locked door there was some weird noises like dings and alarms and stuff.
When their realtor finally opened the door, what they found shocked everyone. A bedroom that someone else had been living in.
No, what? Like, you gotta be kidding me.
Inside the room, they found pictures of the guy with his friends and family. One of Mark's housemates, Brett, recognized the guy in the photos as a man he'd run into once before on their property. The house is divided into 2 separate rental spaces, so at the time, Brett just thought he was on the other lease.
He was like, oh, I was wondering when I get to meet the people that live here, and I was like, oh, hey, like, what is your name? And he's like, oh, my name's Jeremy.
According to Brett, Jeremy was a student at Ohio State. He wasn't home when the boys finally got into the room.
Number 4. I'll be honest, most people's garages are so messy that they don't know half what's in there, but this takes that to a whole other level. Like, this poor woman was woken up in the middle of the night by a super loud noise, but looking around, she couldn't see anything that caused it. With that said, the next day she realized the noise had been caused by a huge sinkhole opening in the garage, and that was only the beginning of the strangeness. It turns out the floor of the garage was only 2 inches thick and really shouldn't have lasted as long as it did. Not just that, but underneath it was a huge empty room, one that even the real estate agents hadn't known about when they sold the house. The secret room had hair curlers and a handbag lying in the corner, as well as children's toys, and there were even shelves ready to hold more stuff. Experts said it was probably a bomb shelter, but they also said not to freak out if they find a body, so it could be something way more disturbing. Number 3. You might think secret doors disguised as bookshelves only exist in episodes of Scooby-Doo, but these guys were lucky enough to discover one for real. Like, as soon as they noticed all the books were fake, they knew what was going on, but it took them a while to find the right trick. Eventually though, they managed to open the door, and things got even weirder after that. Basically, they were exploring a house that used to belong to a drug lord, and he'd obviously left in a hurry because he left everything behind. There were like sheep hearts in the sink, and the gas was still working, and behind the secret door was even crazier. I mean, at first it looked like a load of trash, but soon they found a super old Bible that was literally on a pedestal. Not just that, but there was also like an ancient pram and a giant piano, as well as a weird looking head statue sitting on the windowsill. So yeah, it looked like a house straight out of a horror movie, and considering they kept hearing noises in the background, it could have easily turned into one.
No, they're not. No, they're not. I opened the door that looked just like that. They're not real books. Have a look. I bet you. Oh, it's a secret door.
Look at that. Look, they're not real books either. It's an actual proper door on the other side. I was trying before to get rid of them out for about 10 minutes. So I'm full now. What's in it? Okay, we're good in there. Literally a door.
Where's it going to?
What's the point of having a secret door to be locked? It's screwed shut. All the way.
Screwed shut.
There's nothing down there.
Number 2. I know it seems like secret passages are only for pirates and supervillains, but sometimes totally normal people want in on it too. I mean, this family built another door into the side of the house, and yet just by looking, you would never know it was there. So how does it work? Well, the tap on the outside acts as a door handle, but things get way more complicated than that. Like if you want to get in, you need a remote to open the door, and if you don't have it, there's only one other way. You see, there's like a panel hiding it, but underneath the wall, there's a secret keypad, and putting in the right code can open the door too. The craziest thing is, on the other side, it just looks like a normal door, and it works just like one too. I don't know why they built it, either so they could like escape the house if they needed to, or just for fun, but either way, it's a pretty awesome build. Okay, here's our honorable mention. Everyone agrees that the worst part of moving is clearing out anything the old owners accidentally left behind. But for this guy, it turned from a chore into a full-on adventure. Like at first, it looked like the basement was just full of junk, and he had to spend a few days cleaning it. Once it was empty, he noticed something really weird. Basically, there was like this huge piece of plywood stuck to the brick wall, and the more he tried to pull it, the less it would budge. Weird, right? Well, eventually he managed to move it, and what he saw actually freaked him out. There was a secret room behind the hole in the wall, and what was inside is completely crazy. I'm not joking, there were gun boxes piled up from floor to ceiling, and boxes full of every kind of ammo imaginable. There were even training grenades and German blanks, as well as a huge metal case full of real copper pennies. Most mysterious of all though, there's a huge metal safe in the corner, and no matter what the new owner tried to do, he just couldn't crack it. So in conclusion, if the apocalypse happens in the next few decades, this guy isn't gonna have a problem. Number 1. You know how sometimes you don't notice things about your house until you've lived there a while? Well, this takes that to a whole other level. Like seriously, this dude had a fake window in the middle of his hallway, and yet it still took him years to figure out it wasn't normal. So why was it there? Well, if you've been watching this video for a while, then you could probably guess. That's right, if you slide the window open and pull away the fake blind, there's a whole room behind it waiting to be discovered. It gets weirder though, because it's not just an empty room. There's a bed in there with blankets ready to be slept in. Not just that, but the guy's landlord knew about it and even made a joke about sleeping there. I've gotta be honest, I've got a lot of questions about this room, but my biggest one is, how do you get in? Like, are you just supposed to stand on the banister and climb in? Also, more importantly, how are you supposed to get out?
Brick wall.
Well, how do I open this?
I think it's a slider. It's a slider. In this
It looks like it's just an empty, tiny, windowless room.
Is there a window?
I know you would tell me that. No, but like, they intentionally like, well, what are we gonna do with this? Is this extra space? Let's just make it smart.
That's it, dude. We
Is it a normal size room?
we might have secret room
Is it
4.
short? Like,
What is the granite?
That's it.
That small room.
That's it.
It's like
Low
the same
ceiling.
person that built the
Like if this is the height.
a counter
Yeah.
that's big in
Yeah.
that kitchen.
But I mean,
It's like
it almost looks like
the
the
ratio of
bed.
and there's a video on the top 5 strangest secret rooms found in people's houses. If you want to check out part 1 to this video, feel free to click on screen now, because if you think some of these are crazy, you're in for a treat. Also, if you subscribe and like the video, you get a free cookie. But with that said, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.